Hey guys, this is Nathan, and welcome back to Forever Stranded. Hope you guys are doing good today. I am doing great. I think I've made a mistake though. I put just 4 speed upgrades in each of the 4 disturbed enderman spawners that I have up here in the enderman area, and I cannot keep up killing these guys. There's a lot of them. So, because of that, I think we're going to do a little bit of stuff today to try to improve these farms, make them a little bit more automated. In general, that should help a lot. So, here, let's go ahead and drop some of this stuff off. I'm loving the wireless crafting terminal. That is so handy. As you can see, I can drop off the items that I get here with no problem whatsoever. I've also made a new wireless charger and set it here, and I added in nope. I added in an upgrade here into our attractor obelisk, and this gives us 3.133 times the area. So this goes up to 70. If we pull this back out, it's at 16. So yeah, that's a huge difference. So we are attracting all of the mobs in here. The only issue with it is the fact that it can't attract all of them at the same time. But what we really need to do is get a couple of these wooden spikes replaced with diamond spikes, because we can't be just sitting here killing these guys repeatedly. And I'm pretty sure the diamond spikes, we can enchant those to give them things like the looting 3 that we have on here, as well as some other stuff. But they should also drop experience as well as player kill, loot, things like that. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. We'll clear out the inventory here, and let's go ahead and get some diamond spikes. So if we look up spike, we have these diamond spikes here, and you can see that it mobs drop player kill only items. The gold spikes will cause the mobs to drop experience, and each one just kind of improves. So the creative spikes, hey, we're not going to be doing that. But for these, we need diamond swords, and this was a place that we had problems. We needed the diamond ingots. Well, we now have plenty of creeper oysters, so we should be able to make some of these. So we need at least 6 of these diamond ingots, and we'll make those into the diamond swords then. There we go. And then we should be able to just make a block of diamond very simply. And let's go ahead and make some diamond spikes. Alright, so now, here becomes the problem. How do we get this in here? So I think what we may have to do is actually come up here and temporarily deactivate these spawners. I mean, that seems to me like the only way that we're going to be able to do this. So let's go ahead and get in here. I guess the first thing to do would be to remove the 4 speed upgrades out of each of these. And this might actually be enough for us to be able to do this. So we've got that taken care of. And now if we try killing all of these guys, maybe? We'll just see here. Oh, so many endermen. Yeah, look at that. Now a lot of these guys were already at half a heart, so that makes them easy to kill. But you can see almost immediately my inventory fills up with stuff. Yeah, it doesn't take much to fill that up. So let's go ahead and kill all these guys off here. And then we should be able to replace one of these wooden spikes with a diamond spike. So can you guys please just die? More guys. Thankfully, I am catching up now. Or I was. Okay, so there we go. Let's go ahead and get this in there. There we go. Okay, so it looks like we may have time to put another one in. Okay, so that did kill him. So, whoop, nope. We don't want that. So let's get some enderman back down here. Let's go ahead and, well, first things first, so that we can see actually what we get off of these guys. Let's go ahead and drop all of this stuff in there. And we will grab our solidified experience, because that would be another thing that we want to see if we're still going to be getting it. And we'll throw our speed upgrades back into these guys. And so these guys will be producing tons of endermen very quickly. Go ahead and button the area back up. There we go. Let's head down here and see. Okay, so we've got some ender pearls already sitting here. So yes, we are going to be getting solidified experience. We are not getting the regular experience though. So we probably need, those guys are probably going to need to be diamond spikes or gold spikes. Oh, well, that's fine. This will work. I mean, we don't necessarily need the experience if we are getting the solidified experience. So I guess the next thing to do will be, oh, compressed enderman walked on pointy spikes. So the next thing to do would be to go and enchant these guys. So if we look at the diamond spike, the uses on the diamond spike, no. I could have sworn that we could enchant these guys. Well, let me go and find out, and I will be back in just a bit. So it seems very unfortunate, but we are not able to upgrade these spikes at all, or at least not in the traditional manner. So, I mean, these are from extra utilities, so let's take a look at extra utilities. Extra utilities. Extrial? No. So, extra utilities does have a lot of stuff available, but I don't know that there's anything to really improve these spikes. But one thing that they do have is a sound muffler, and these endermen are driving me insane. So let's go ahead and make ourselves a sound muffler. That just is a piece of wool and a note block. That's pretty darned easy. So yeah, let's get ourselves a sound muffler. We'll go ahead and put that right there. Yeah, I can still just barely hear them, but not really. So yeah, it's very unfortunate that we can't upgrade those to give us looting or anything like that. But honestly, if we're going to be sitting here AFK for a little while, it probably won't hurt anything. Now, the next thing, if we are going to be sitting here AFK, we want our wireless crafting terminal to be picking up the items for us. So that would be the next thing to look at. So if we look at wireless, we have this magnet card. And this allows the wireless crafting terminal to pick up items and put it directly into the applied energistic system. And yeah, nothing really terribly difficult here. We need an annihilation plane. Okay, and we don't have the appropriate core. That's fine. That's not terribly difficult to make. So we get ourselves an annihilation plane. And I think we should have it. No. Oh, those are blocks of iron. Okay, so we need 5 of those. And then that should be enough to make our magnet card. And now this we will place into this spot. And once our inventory fills up, and so let's go ahead and test this out. So if we take a whole bunch of these, because we want the solidified experience to stay on us, we'll take and fill the rest of it with a bunch of soul sand. So now we should be picking up ender pearls. No. So this is, okay, press shift. Status active. Filter mode white listing. Okay, so right click to set a filter. So shift right click, no. What? Right click to set filter. Let's go ahead and put this into our inventory. Okay, here we go. Alright, so yeah, actually, with us being here, we are going to whitelist ender pearls. So if we throw these ender pearls on the ground now. Oh, whoops, I don't have everything. But so we'll whitelist ender pearls. Wow, there's so much junk. There we go. So we should be whitelist ender pearls. The other thing that we need is the enderman heads. And that should be all that we need to whitelist here. So let's just grab the enderman head. We'll grab one of those. Oh, we just got one. And so let's go ahead and right click this and we'll put an enderman head in here as well. I don't think there's really anything else that we need to go to the applied energistic system. But so now if we drop all of our ender pearls and enderman heads in here, we should see that we'll pick these items up, but they don't show up in our inventory. So let's go ahead and look at our crafting terminal here and look up ender pearl. So we have 247, 249. You can see the number of ender pearls is slowly going up. So that is perfect. We can actually just sit here now and let the mobs just die on the spikes and we're fine. Now I could potentially put some magical upgrades in those disturbed spawners, get them going a little faster because the diamond spike seems to be killing these guys really well. So yeah, I think I probably will do that, and I'll let this just sit here and run for a little while. I kind of want to get a little bit more ender pearls, but I'm getting this solidified experience as well. So yep, I will see you guys in a little bit. Well, I have definitely been getting a lot of stuff done here. So got done with the Sunday live stream here just a little bit ago, and we made a lot of progress. And yeah, we did not work on the mob spawners, we worked on the base. So one of the things that we did was to remove the storage drawers system here. And you can see I have instead opted for an applied energistics storage here, and we have this terminal that has only our ore pieces, sands, gravels, and dusts in it. And that is in this. Yes, we have a 256K storage cell. This thing is massive, and we have 3 tiers higher than this. So yes, the next tier would be the 1024K, then the 4096K, and then the 16 meg. So if we go out here, oh, that's 16K. So 16,384K. It's 16 meg, basically. So yes, there's quite a bit that we can still do there. But that made things a lot better here. We also did some experiments and got some P2P tunnels to work for our applied energistics. Now, this was actually rather much of a pain in the butt, and I will kind of go over what I found on that real quick. So let's go ahead and grab these guys because we need them to do what we're going to do, and we're going to go up to our applied energistics area. So there's a couple of things that with applied energistics that you can do, and one of them is connecting large amounts of channels from one place to another using the P2P tunnel, or point to point. So if we come in here, there are several P2P tunnels. There's one for EU, one for fluids, one for items, one for light, one for ME, and one for redstone. So we want the ME version because that will carry our signals for our ME system. So let's go ahead and grab some cables as well. Cables. So we'll go ahead and grab a dense cable. We'll grab a smart cable, and I think we also need a little bit of the quartz fiber cable as well. Finally, we will grab a crafting terminal, and this will just allow us to see whether or not the system is working. So, according to everything that I have watched and everything that I have read, doing this should be very easy. So what you do is you lay out some smart cable or regular cable or whatever you're going to use, and that will allow you to move the signal across. Now, this smart cable will only handle 8 channels. But let's say that we want to have a lot more than 8 channels. So what we can do is put a P2P tunnel on the side of it, take a dense cable, put it on here. Now this dense cable is attached to the ME controller. It should run through the P2P tunnel. Now on the other end of the cable, wherever we need to go to, we put another P2P tunnel, we put on another dense cable, and then we can branch off in multiple directions. In this case, that would be our maximum number of cables running, or channels running off of it, because we have 32 coming in, we can take 8 on each one. So we attach our crafting terminal to it, and we see nothing happens. So according to everything that I've read, you take a memory card, you click, or you first shift click it on the ground to clear the memory card, then you shift right click it on the first tunnel, and then you right click it on the second tunnel, and it says loaded, and then we see it says device online unlinked. And I spent half an hour trying to figure out what on earth was going on here. I could not make these link together. And then I found it by accident. So when we shift right click on the first one with a clear memory card, you can see it says copied configuration to memory card and then loaded device configuration from memory card. So what it's doing is it's saying this one should be the output, which is not what we want. So we have to shift right click on it again with a non-cleared card, and it copies the device configuration to the memory card. Then when we just right click on the second one, we can see now it says linked output side device online, and whoops. And if we open this now, we can see we have access to our applied energistic system, and we are only using 1 channel of the 8 available in this cable. So we could also go in here, let's grab something else that's going to use an applied energistics channel. We'll grab some interfaces, we'll grab some import buses, some more interfaces, might as well grab a drive. So we'll just grab a few things here, and we'll run these out here, and we can see the power of what we've got here. So I am not sure where that cable, okay, there it is. Okay, so we can put an interface here, and an interface here, and an import bus, and an import bus, and I don't want you there. And so that's 4 channels, and we go 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we have 8 channels being used on this here. So if we look here at this cable, we can see 8 channels of 8 used. So if we look over here, of course we have 1 from our crafting terminal. And so this dense cable is using 9 of 32 channels. But this smart cable connecting between is still only using 1. And when we come down here, we're back to 9 out of 32. And so we can literally run all kinds of stuff all over the place. So now we're using 4 of 8 channels there. So we're up to 13. We can put our ME drive over here. Actually, that is not a good place because it's connecting to 2 different sets. So then we can put our interfaces here. And so then this one will end up with 3 of 8 channels. And this one's got 4 of 8. And there's 1 of 8, 8 of 8. And so we end up with 16 of our 32 channels used. We're still only using one channel to connect, and then we're back to 16 of 32 down here. And so we can carry 8 of these 32 channels through from one point to another. This also works with the Applied Energistics quantum link chamber, which allows us to wirelessly transmit our Applied Energistic system from one point to another. So that is actually kind of a neat thing. But also those quantum link chambers take a lot of power. But yeah, that it was so annoying that, you know, I just kept doing the same thing. I would clear the memory card, go here, and then go over here, and you can see this says it's unlinked. We try to connect here, and it says device online but unlinked. And it was just the most annoying thing. So yeah, you have to make sure that it's copied device configuration without loaded, and then loaded, and then everything turns on. And yeah, like I say, it was just irritating beyond all belief. So we did get that working. We also added in a little bit of additional stuff here. I now have this automatically making printed silicon from tons of silicon, and that is being pulled out and dumped into this chest to form the silicon part of our processors, because yeah, we ran out of processors. We ran out of logic processors to begin. I think it was the logic processors. Or no, we ran out of calculation processors to begin with, and then we ran out of logic processors later on. And at the beginning of the live stream, we were very low on engineering processors. So yeah, we definitely needed to work on the processors a little bit, something that I didn't really think that I was going to have to be doing, but yeah, it's just one of those things that you realize afterwards, yeah, that these are kind of a problem. So I've been working on getting that all taken care of, and I got a whole bunch of the ore related things automated. So if we look at some of our stuff that we have available for ores, so we'll just kind of dump some of this stuff in here. So if we look at ores, wow, I'm just not having a good time. So we can now say, okay, let's make 1,000 tin. And you can see that it automatically says we need some crushed tin, we've got to make some more sand, dust, powdered tin, and everything just starts going. And if we go down to the bottom of the base, we can see now all of our double crushers, which we added 2 more double crushers, but all of our double crushers have kicked into gear, and these are just making everything. Also figured out that we needed to set the extraction on this large storage crate to round robin, so that way it spreads everything out here. Now another thing, you may have seen this a little bit, we have our autosieve set back up, and this is set with sand being exported in. And I decided I would go with Bizuma in here, because why not? And then over here we have Witten75. He's pretty much always there in my live streams, and I've seen him commenting on the videos, and always a good person to have around. So I figured I'd get him going there too. Now both of these are running iron meshes. And so the way that we have this set up is with a capacity card and a crafting card on an export bus, and we are exporting sand and iron mesh to Bizuma, and compressed gravel and iron mesh to Witten. And so basically what it is right now we are going through a backlog of stuff. We have 68,000 sand in the system, and we have 25,000 compressed gravel. Once these run out, or at least the compressed gravel, the sand should never really run out, but the compressed gravel, once it runs out, we will be able to set up a crafting recipe for that, and we can actually have it craft the items when it needs it. Now the same goes for the iron meshes. So currently we have the iron mesh that we had made in here. We're down to 29 of them. We had, I think, 64 64 of them when we started out. But we'll have to add the recipe for the iron mesh as well as the iron bars. And the iron bars, if we happen to use up all of our iron, we can have, if we tell it that we want a couple thousand iron, you can see it automatically realizes we don't have enough of the ore dust. So we need to make some powdered iron ore. Well, to make the powdered iron ore, we need some sand. To make the sand, we need some crushed iron ore. Yeah, so it automatically goes through the whole bit, and that is really nice. So we won't have to worry about this stuff really at all anymore. Now, I do want to improve the appearance of all of this, and I want to add more double crushers, because even with 8 of these, we're still not keeping up with what we need. You can see we're just about done with our gold here. That's good. Now, I did just have a little bit of a this is a bad news thing. So we've been working on making our dirt in our mechanical crafters, and I turned the system on during the live stream. We were up to close to 500,000 dirt in our quantum storage, and you can see if we look at the quantum storage unit, it says 591,727 dirt. But when I open it, oh, now it's working. Whoa, what? A bit ago, it said I had negative 0.1 dirt in here, and I couldn't pull anything out. Okay, thank God, that is working now. Wow, okay. That kind of scared me earlier. I thought that we had lost all of that dirt that we had made, but apparently we haven't. But we're over halfway done with the dirt crafting already. So that is really nice. Whoops, that is not the right terminal. So yeah, we should be there pretty soon. I guess this was another thing. So I made an MEIO port. This allows me to defragment the drives. So I can take these top 6 drives. We can see they're all pretty much full, and the bottom ones are not. So if we pull out these top 6 drives and take the rest of this and throw it in here, now we can take these 6, throw them in here, and it will very rapidly pull all of the items out of these drives and put them back into the system. And so that just consolidates items together, because sometimes you end up with items that, well, they were on like drive number 6, but there was some space opened up in drive number 1, and so it starts filling into drive number 1, and it's a total pain. Now, you can actually automate that, the disk defragmenting, because storage buses can actually pull items out of the drives out of the drive casing. So maybe someday I'll try to figure out a way to do that. I think that would be kind of cool, actually. And then also I made this interface terminal, which allows me to see all of our various this is not for the sag mill. This is actually for the alloy smelter. So that's where we're making gold, glass, and iron. I don't know what this nothing one is. But then we have all of the ones for the molecular assemblers. You can see we are now making dark steel balls, because they are being exported for making silicon. And we have our molecular assemblers here, because we're going to be setting up tons of stuff for that. We also have up to the 1024K ME storage component. And then you can see like our ore gravels, the ore sands, ore dusts, and then these here are the export into the large storage crate for making our powders and gravels or whatever. And then we have dark steel also. So if we run out of dark steel, we can make that, because this has always been a pain. Making the dark steel, I'd always have to go and manually pull everything out, but now I can go in here and say I want to make 100 of these, and we'll see right away if we go down here. We should. Oh wait, I know what's wrong here. Yeah, we need to have that set for push and pull on the back. I don't know why it wasn't, but you can see then it's exporting the items into the alloy smelter, and we're just making dark steel. So yes, I'm very happy about that. For now, I'm going to keep this chest here, because there are times that I just take and throw stuff in here and it can manually input from the front. Now this is the other thing. The sag mill here is set up to make silicon with the dark steel balls, so we get lots of silicon from our sand, and we have this set up on a level emitter to give us, to keep 1,000 silicon in the system. So actually right now we have 1,000 in here, 1,001. So let's take a stack out. This thing will immediately kick on. It will run for a little while, and then we will see it turn back off once it makes a stack, which shouldn't take it very long at all. And there we go. It has shut back down. So now if we look here again, we see 1,001. So yes, that will work really nice. That'll keep us up on the silicon and stuff like that. So yeah, lots of progress has been made here. And yeah, there's still so much still to do. The applied energistic system, we need to get it cleaned up. We need to automate these inscribers, which is a big deal. Another thing that I want to do is down here, I want to put all of my molecular assemblers along the back wall. And I want to have basically as many molecular assemblers around each interface as possible. So that will be something I'll be working on. Also want to make some nice machinery around the sieves, and I'll probably make at least one more auto heavy sieve. Once again, if you guys want to be in the sieves, leave your in-game name for Minecraft in the comments, and I will see about putting you in. Also want to get more of these double crushers, get them set up in a slightly better location, and I want to make this network area look a little better because that looks horrid. So yeah, there's still a lot of work to be done just to get this ore processing stuff taken care of, but it is coming along and I'm very happy about it. But I do think I'm going to call it quits on this one, so I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to give a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any thoughts about what I've been working on or anything that you want to see, be sure to leave that down in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye.